What's up, everybody, and welcome to the show. This podcast episode is brought to you by IBOW Training. As you know, we talk about training pretty frequently here on the show, and the IBOW has some amazing people that they work with in their network. Are you a designer, rapper, sign maker, or beyond? If you want to invest in your creativity for the future, IBOW Training is the right choice. IBOW is the nation's first training organization to offer training in all aspects of the rap industry, from quoting, design, printing, production, and installation. They offer a variety of training options such as training at your shop, group training classes nationwide, and even private design and print profile training through remote login. With trainers nationwide, IBOW offers support day and night by phone, and many of their trainers are within a day's reach for emergencies. IBOW is growing and will continue to support the industry in a positive manner. For more information, please visit ibowtraining.com. We are also brought to you by We Print Wraps. We Print Wraps is the industry's #1 source for wholesale printed wraps. How easy is it to order wraps? Well, all you have to do is sell the job. Go to weprinwraps.com, choose your desired film for the installation, upload your design, and if you're not a designer, no problem. They can design one for you and get your wraps delivered right to your door. They offer free nationwide shipping all across the U.S. and Canada on all orders over $500. And for exclusive listeners of the All Wrapped Up podcast, you can get 5% promo code when you type in the word All Wrapped Up at checkout to save on your next order today. Less risk, no overhead, wholesale printing. See why the industry pros love them. To get more information, visit weprinwraps.com. Our guest today has put his focus on the automotive restyling side of the rap industry. He's endured the struggles of being in business for his first year as a new rap shop. Please give it up for the great and powerful Alec Isles. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to All Wrapped Up podcast. We'll be interviewing industry-leading rap companies to share tips, tricks, stories, and more. Alec, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate the last minute, last-dish effort to get somebody on this week. I almost didn't have a show this week. It was crazy.
No problem. No problem.
I've come close numerous times of cancellations and rescheduling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And got close to a day or two before to record that show, man.
Yeah. I mean, I could totally understand why people who are in the industry would cancel all the time, because things pop up out of nowhere and things end up taking a lot longer than expected, and that's just how it goes.
That's just how it goes, man. And I totally get it. Dude, I'm there every day. I know you get a last minute job, you're working late, somebody comes in and all of a sudden you're on your way out. Now you're having a 20-minute conversation with them for a meeting, and it's like, shit, all right, well, we're going to have to do something else now. So I get it. Yeah. But we've been talking a little bit on DMs, and I'm glad you reached out too, man. I know I reposted that Cadillac job from you guys with WePrint, and I know you reached out then, a little branch to come on the show.
I mean, I've been following you guys. How long have you guys been?
Oh God, I think probably now creeping up on 2 years.
Oh wow. Okay. So I just saw it when we started the shop, about a year ago.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah.
Nice. Have you learned anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, it's hard to listen to podcasts when you're working. But, so I have to listen to them when I, have free time and can really pay attention to get anything out of them. And I, just recently kind of got into them. Yeah. But, no, it's cool. I appreciate hearing, other people's struggles and other people's, going through the same thing that we go through.
Yeah. I mean, being a new shop, you kind of get those little tricks or those little tips that, may help you out in your learning curve, whether it be tax related or looking for a shop or even hiring, you know, how to hire and how to pay people. It's always a good thing to kind of bring that out to light, because it's frustrating. People always think that, you know, opening up a shop is cool when it's just you and you're the only one you got to worry about. But when you know, get to like the big dog
when you
status,
start to get other people involved, and then not to mention, I mean, up comes a lot of bills, and you know, when the bills never stop, and sometimes work does stop in the first year, you know.
Oh yeah.
And those times are a little scary, but usually, I mean, we've never really had too many, you know, days or weeks even that we've had nothing to do.
Yeah.
We've stayed pretty consistently busy, especially last year, all towards the end of the year, and throughout the summer. So I'm looking forward to the summer. I think this winter slowed down a lot because of the weather out here, which is obviously kind of a little bit of a BS excuse considering it's San Diego and the weather's, you know, not too bad, but people just don't come out and don't want to bring those nice cars out, you know?
Yeah, it's a different demographic. If it's a little cloudy or a little rainy, nobody wants to come out. God, come to Boston.
I mean, people, yeah, I know. Well, we don't understand, you know, because people who have the luxury cars over here, they don't drive them when it's raining. It's not worth it, you know?
Right.
And, that's just not an option in other parts of the, you know, the US and the world, which is crazy to us.
Yeah.
But,
oh my God.
That's just the reality of it, I guess.
Well, it's the market you put yourself in as well. You know what I mean? It's the auto restyling aspect of it where, you know, you're at the mercy of, seasonal work, like real seasonal work. It's not like, if you're doing commercial, it's job to job, it's fleet to fleet, it's, you know, whatever the case may be. And that's pretty steady work, but it still can get slow. Don't get me wrong. But the automotive restyling part, man, that's gotta be super seasonal and real. You gotta have that dialed in, you know, between your knowing, I mean, given that you've been around for about a year, you know, you kind of figure out, okay, between these weeks or these months, I kind of slow down. So you prep for that. You build some type of marketing campaign for those, you know, leading up to those slow times to kind of maybe give you a little residual instead of doing nothing, you know?
Right. And honestly, the times that we've gotten slow too, we have been able to pick up some side commercial work, which is good. You know, that's always, high profits, especially, just the little jobs where you're just slapping stickers on and doing decals for companies that.
Right. It's super high profits and quick turnarounds. That's what I love. So you do pick up.
Yeah.
So you do pick up a little bit of commercial stuff because a lot of your social media is basically eye candy, like a lot of ours are, where, you know, you're posting up the cool color changes, you're posting up the rims, and you know, because you're a full service shop too, so you can't neglect that stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff, that's, you know, that's what we got into it for, because that's what we like, and that's what everyone likes to see. It's a lot more fun and enjoyable. We're huge car guys. So that's obviously the preferred route. But you just can't turn those jobs away, those commercial jobs.
No. Do they find you, even though you've got a lot of, like the automotive side of the restyling side of the business? They still come and find you?
Because we've done a lot of, like, we've done buses, we've done boats, we've done a lot of stuff like that.
Wow.
So when we show people that, they're, you know, they see the design work and everything lines up, and they're good with it.
So do you do a lot of your custom design work in-house, or do you sub a lot of it out?
I like to do design work. So if I can handle the amount of design that it requires, I'll do my best job. And if they're not okay with it, I'm just like, look, man, I'm not a graphic designer,
Yeah.
I dabble with it and I play with it, but that's just another type of thing that I kind of learned by myself and off of videos and, other people. But it's still, I mean, that's like a whole, in my opinion, that's like a whole, if you're going to do that, you have to specialize in that and just do that, because there's just so much to it.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's just way too many elements to get messed up. And then there goes a full print, especially if you're not printing in house and you can't mitigate your waste. And, you get a print from somewhere. I know you use Trish over at WePrint. You send a file to WePrint Wraps, and then you get it back, and you're like, all right, I'm going to slap this on the door, and it's fucking 10 inches too small, or even 10 inches too big, and you're like, holy shit, I'm screwed right now. Yeah. You got to have that all dialed in.
So luckily, every print wrap we've done so far, all the large scale ones at least, have been designed by someone who really knows what they're doing, and especially that Escalade. I mean, they printed it so perfectly. Everything lined up just beautifully, and I mean, that wrap just came out insane.
And that came from Sir Lion, right?
Yep.
Sir Lion Designs. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. I don't want to give all that away right in the beginning. Yeah. You know what I mean? Give a little teaser. You're gonna have to listen some more to get the full story on that one. But yeah, so you taught yourself a little bit. What type of programs are you using?
I use Adobe Illustrator. I've tried to use Photoshop a little bit, but I don't know, they're like so similar but so different. So I just mainly stick to Adobe and Illustrator, and I have a couple other guys that are good friends of mine who specialize in graphic design and have been doing it for so long. So if I ever have any troubles, I just shoot it over to them and they clean it up or do whatever they need to do.
Nice. Yeah, cause do you even have a plotter? Do you have a plotter in house?
I do have a plotter, like a small scale one.
Yeah.
But I'm looking to get the full size one soon. But I also really am kind of prioritizing getting more shop space and moving to a more central spot in San Diego.
There you go. How big's your spot right now?
It's about 1,500 square feet.
That's not bad.
With a little office, and we have about 1,000 square foot parking lot. That's all ours, and then we have like a shared parking lot outside of that. So we have some room, but it's not ideal for space inside.
It's never enough.
Yeah, it feels like it, right? Until it's too much.
Well, I don't think it could ever be too much, to be honest with you. I think people always think, oh, this is good, this is more than enough, and as soon as you get your shit all in there, you're like, damn, I need more room, Yeah. It happens all the time.
That's part of the reason we haven't, gotten any machines that are that large and crazy, because we just don't have the room to have a full production facility and the, space for all the cars.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And now it's so much easier where you can sub out a lot of the stuff and not have that burden if something breaks, something happens in the middle of a print, or, your cutter's down. Who the hell's going to cut it? Now you got a job waiting to get done, and now you can't get it done. You got to do something in a pinch. It's not bad to start off in the industry and just sub some of your stuff out. You still make a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. You get it.
Oh, yeah.
You're marking it up. You're making some dough, so it's nice when you don't have to pay for the ink. You don't have to spend, the $1,100 on the material, to print one little job. You know what I mean? And just have it sit until the next one.
Absolutely. Not to mention the time that it takes to do all those things while you're, busy installing on other cars and doing other
Right.
projects.
Yeah, you got to have it dedicated to a production system where there's a designer, the designer designs and maybe does a little bit of the production for printing, watches the machine, et cetera, et cetera. Then you need a fucking laminator, laminate that shit, and then you install it. It's a hefty process. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Get set up, 40, 50 grand, Not everybody has that lying around.
Yeah, especially in the first year, right?
Yeah, dude. If anything, you'll be lucky if you break 40, 50 grand for the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every year you gotta make a little bit, and you always gotta put money back into it. They tell you, 5 to 6 years, you're not gonna see any profits, and it's fucking true, dude. It's 100% true. But 5 or 6 years will go by fast. That's one thing they don't tell you.
I said we're already a year in, and I mean that flew by.
Yeah, right. You get into the groove, and you get going on cars. Are you working Monday through Friday? You working Monday through Saturday?
We usually do Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take Saturdays off. If it's been a hectic week or whatever, and we don't have to get anything done on Saturday and deliver it, then we'll just take Saturday off and kind of disconnect from it so you can get back at it Monday and keep your sanity,
Oh, dude, you're preaching to the choir, bro. Preaching to the choir. A lot of long nights, I bet, right?
Oh yeah. Especially in the beginning. I mean, the first few months were the really the worst. The first 3-4 months were just so rough.
Now, what do you?
I mean, I barely slept. Even when I had time to sleep, I couldn't sleep, and it was pretty bad. But you start to get in the groove, like you said, and you just learn to handle it.
Well,
I guess
it's good. It's good and bad. I think the honeymoon stage of it is so fresh, and you're so excited. You're like, "Fuck, I want to just sleep here. I just want to work," and all you're thinking about is work, and your shop, and you kind of, it's
big time.
It's a new place, dude. It's like, oh shit, I'm getting in my car and driving to work. Yeah. Yeah, it's a sense of pride, it's yours.
Yep.
You get to put the key in the door and open up that door and hope to God that people come walking off the street asking for services. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's a nice feeling when you get, someone coming off the road. Oh my God, a rap? Yeah, let's go check them out. It's sense of pride and you want to be there. You want to nurture it. It's like a baby, dude. You gotta feed it. You gotta fucking be there all the time. You gotta, put out the fires
Can't
when
be
the
away
fires
from it for too long.
Yeah. Dude.
Yep.
It's a fucking, how is it? The mice, cats go away and the mice come out and play or some shit. How's that saying go?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. I'm not into nursery rhymes, but,
but
it's, you got a crew of people, sometimes when the boss isn't around, it's fucking, all right, let's fuck off for a little bit. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be balls to the wall all day. We'll take it easy. Spend an extra 5-10 minutes on lunch. You know what I mean? It'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's cool. That's new. It's fresh. It's exciting, dude. And I get it. And you're going to have this honeymoon stage for a while because you're going to go through different phases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's exciting. Get ready for a fucking ride, dude.
Oh yeah. I'm super excited for when we relocate. I think that's going to be the big next phase of Revolution.
Yeah. What are you thinking? Do you have plans? Like how big you want to grow it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to be at least in San Diego with a really nice spot and be in LA as well and kind of be between the two.
Nice.
I think LA, Orange County area is a really, really good market. I recently spent some time up there and just the amount of cars and the amount of wraps you see are just, it's unreal.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you want to go where there isn't stuff too. You know what I mean? The saturation of the market too. You want to make sure you can uphold.
That's the thing that scares me about it.
Yeah. It would.
There's
it would for me.
a lot of competition up there.
Yeah. You got a lot. You got a lot of raps going on over there. For sure.
But we'll see. You know, you never know where it's going to take us.
Yeah, man. It's just, you know what it is? It's, and I see it up here too. It's just, you know, the guys underbidding the jobs and doing raps for $1,500 and just making a couple bucks off the job. And you can't compete with that, and you can't lower your standards when it comes to that type of stuff, because they won't be around in a year. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I totally agree. And it's hard with those guys coming around, but I mean, we've gotten to the point where we don't battle with that price anymore. You know, in the first few months, it's one thing to, you know, kind of negotiate down and get towards those levels, but never that low. Yeah. And, you know, when you have all these bills and all this overhead, you can't do reps at that level.
It's a different ball game, man. When you got, those bills don't go away. Those leases don't go away. You have to make plans. You have to know how much your overhead is, which is, you know, part of being a business owner isn't just coming in and slapping on vinyl, but do you know how much you make per hour? Do you know how much you need to make per day to keep all that running? Do you make a plan, you know? Do you write shit down? Do you kind of go off the cuff? It's like, oh yeah, we made 10 grand, but we got, you know, 3,000 in bills and, you know, another 2,000 in insurance, and, you know, by the time you nickel and dime and everything, you know, you walk away with like $500. It's like what the fuck? Like, you're laughing because it's fucking happened. You're like, fuck, I'm fucking living rich right now. And then, you know, the first of the month comes along, you're like, fuck, I need to get more reps in here. You know?
Up and down, up and down, up and down.
The fucking roller coaster.
1 week you're slam, next week you're wondering where everyone is.
Yeah. Ghost town. Those are fucking tough, man. When you're sitting around looking at each other, that's the worst fucking feeling, man.
Yeah. We've been lucky to only have a few of those days, but those days suck, especially because you start questioning everything. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is everyone else this slow? Is this just today? Is this just this week?
Right.
Is the industry crashing? What's going on?
Yeah, dude. It's crazy, right? And it's like, damn, I should have just worked for somebody. I wouldn't have to worry about this. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day too, you know, you work for somebody, and that's it. That's it. You're replaceable is what it comes down to. You know, they can, you know, let you go and put somebody else in your place right away. It's just, that's the scary part. And honestly, that's in any fucking industry, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh, big time.
Scary.
My favorite's when they think they can replace you and then they can't.
And then they can't. And then they realize they made a mistake. And it's like, shit, should have kept that guy, man. Well, you jump the gun. That's the thing. People jump the gun, especially being new, and you know, you got one, maybe two employees. Let's just say one. And you're like, fuck, man, I don't know what's going to happen this week. You're probably not going to get a check. And then they start looking. They get a bad taste in their mouth. They're like, fuck, I thought I was going to get a ton of work. And now it's slow 1 week, and everybody's looking at each other like, shit. Like, did I make the right choice? You know, am I in the right career right now? And it's, you know what? That's in anything, man. And as a business owner, you should be absolutely fucking scared. 100%. You should go to bed scared as a business owner. For sure, because that's what's gonna feed the fire, bro. You can't get complacent. You can't get comfortable when things are great. Because when things go wrong, you don't even have a clue what to do.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, that's what those are the things you learn in the first year, you know? All that and some. I mean, people talk about college and stuff. I tell them, start a business in the first 6 months, you'll learn just about as much as you would with 4 years of school.
Oh, 4 years, man. A master's degree.
Yeah,
bachelor's
for real,
degree,
right?
you know, whatever. You'll learn real quick what it takes to run a business for sure. And I think everybody should dabble in it. Try it out.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you can turn something that you enjoy into making money, and then you could take it to the next level and open a location doing it, and you know, start making more money, then, you know, why not?
Why not? Because at the end of the day, you know, you don't work a day in your life when you're doing something you absolutely love and you're passionate about. I know that sounds super fucking cliche, but it's 100%
It's the
true.
truth.
100%.
I mean, especially because, like, as a bit, you know, starting a business in the first year or whatever, there's so many days where you go home at night, late at night, just super defeated by a car or a project or a customer, you know, whatever it was. And like when you wake up in the morning and you're like, you have no other option, first off, and second off, like, you want to be back there to figure it out and get better at it, you know?
Right. I mean, well, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people would take that as a negative and be like, fuck, this is really hard, et cetera, et cetera. But
yeah,
think about what you did that day. You're in your own element. You're in your own shop. You've got your music blaring. You're not in an office space with 100 other people that are brainwashed. You know what I mean? You get to have lunch when you want, all this shit. And to me, that's a fucking wonderful day.
Yeah. We make it fun. We, you know, we try and have a good time when we do it. Try and make it a fun environment, but it gets tough at times, you know, as you know.
Oh, I believe it.
Gets stressful on certain projects and time constraints and things like that. But at the end of the day, when, you know, when you, like you said, when you love it, you have to go back every day.
Yep.
I mean, even when I take days off, like Sundays, like I go in mostly every Sunday. Like when I say we take Saturdays off, like taking a Saturday off is going in for 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
You
in the
know?
morning. Yeah. Bang something out in the morning, leave in the afternoon, be done. Yep. Finish off a little job, you know. But every time you're there, someone always pops by, looks through the window. Is he in today? Maybe he can do a quick roof wrap. It's never the case.
And people love to hang out.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
People love to come and hang out and just watch and just look at the cars, honestly.
I think that's the best. It's the best environment you can be in when you have your buddies come by and they see you fucking slaying a car and maybe kicking late. I'm talking late, maybe kicking back a couple fucking beers. You know what I mean? The music blaring. You got to, dude.
We recently acquired a barbecue too. So
there you go.
We have barbecue on Fridays here and there and make it a good time.
There you go, dude. Just have your buddies fucking listen. You guys want to come over? Bring the burgers, bring the tips. You know what I mean? We'll end the day nice. You know, that's the best part about the summertime. Like you got it pretty good over there in San Diego, but come summertime, which is like right about now-ish till maybe October, November for us. It's prime time for us, dude. Like full advantage because literally we work maybe like balls to the wall probably 9 months out of the year, maybe, 8 months out of the year straight where it's like mayhem. And then come winter time, dude, come Christmas, January, it's like fucking ghost town, tumbleweeds, You know what I mean? It's fucking.
That's exactly how we had it. Literally all the way up until the flip of the year.
Yeah.
And the flip of the year, it was like we finished up like a few projects like the day after New Year's, like, and it was just dead. Like just dead.
Yeah, everybody's on vacation.
And then it picks up slowly, and then, you know, things go back to normal somewhat. But it's still choppy. But I think the summer is going to be really good up until the end of the year again.
Yeah,
just, like you said, 8 months straight, and you're just going.
Yeah, well, you make a lot of money. You know, you squirrel a little bit away for those slow times. You know, and then you're all right. You know, for those weeks where you don't have to struggle. You know what? You figure out where your vacation time is good. You know, you say, hey, you know, maybe the last week of December to the, you know, first week of January, that's a great time for me to just get out of Dodge. You know what I mean? Yep. Go on my vacation because, you know, it's hard to get out of the shop. You can't go take a vacation right now.
Oh no.
Fucking crazy. You're married to that fucking thing. You know, you're not going anywhere for a while. You know? Yeah.
That's and it's so funny because like I'm a little bit younger in the industry, so like I have all my buddies are like, hey dude, like we're gonna go do this, we're going here. I'm like, dude, like you really think like I can take off tomorrow and go to Vegas and come back on Monday? Like there's not a chance. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah. While your body's up partying, you're building a fucking business, you know? And then when you want to go out and do your thing, be like, yo, going to Miami, going to Vegas. They're going to be like, fuck, I can't take the work off. I'm working for somebody. I can't get that time off. Oh, cool. All right. Well, I guess I'm going by myself. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Hopefully that's the way it ends up.
It's the perks, dude. It's long term. You got to think long term. Nothing will come overnight, but it will be so worth it at the end that, you know, you'll look back and be like, dude, this is it. This is, you know, keep feeding the beast.
I mean, when you have a good time doing it's hard to, you know, look back and be disappointed in any of it or have any regret in not doing something else.
Right. You know, life's all about experiences, man. And you never know whether you're going to like it or not unless you try it. You know, every huge entrepreneur, you think the first try, they got it right. Any fucking entrepreneur out there, dude, they did it 6, 7, 8, 10, 20 times to fall on their face to get to that one business that, you know, is successful. And you got to remember that not everybody gets it on the first try. And, you know, you're going to fall on your face. You're going to make mistakes. And that's all about the process. That's the journey. That's the mud you got to walk through in order to get there. It's just everybody's done it, but everybody's done it differently. But it's part of the process. It's just you gotta take it in and know, you know, oh, I took a hit on this wrap. Well, it's not the last one you're gonna take a hit. You know what I mean?
It makes it worth it when you've been through something before and you come across a similar situation or something that you've learned before, and you're just like, oh, you know, it hurt me last time, but this time it's not gonna hurt me. I'm not doing that. You know, again.
Right. Exactly. Whether it's like a pre-inspection of a car and you forgot to tell him one thing and then he's fucking complaining about it. And it's like, oh, okay. I got to make sure that's the first thing I talk about. You know, it happens, dude. It still happens to me fucking almost 15 years later. You know what I mean? I forget to say something. I forget to make sure I explain. Yeah. Explain the process. Over-explain the process sometimes.
Yeah.
That way you got all your avenues covered. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It sucks when you get a car, you know, and you probably get it a lot more than I do because my commercial game is just
Like, there's always going to be seams. There's always going to be, shit happening, relief cuts here and there. It is what it is. But with the restyling, bro, it's like, how many times you get people like, yo, why is there a seam right here? And it's like,
they expect perfection sometimes.
They expect everything to be one piece. Why can't you make it one piece? Because the vinyl doesn't stretch that much, buddy. You know what I mean? It's all.
I'm a strong believer in if you make your seams right and, you do things right and it'll just last longer. There's no point in trying to overstretch something to get it in one piece and not have it last and have to come back to the shop 4 times in a year to have it replaced,
Yeah.
It's not worth anyone's time.
No. You're doing yourself a disservice because you're spending way more time in that area or that project where you don't need it. Time is money, especially with the color change, dude. I mean, how long is it taking you to do a typical color change? Like whatever you've done the most of, I would assume some type of sedan, would be.
Well, something we've done the most of that we pretty much have down are Tesla Model 3s.
How did I know you were going to say that?
We've done so many of them, dude. There's so many of those things out here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that would be the.
And everyone who has one, they just want to protect it. They love it. They're like obsessed with them.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's really cool to see people passionate about their cars.
Yeah.
Because that's what we are,
Exactly. That'd
and
be
then
the
when they
market.
see them done, oh my God, that's what really makes the job worth it, The cars are great, the money's fun, but when you see a customer walk in and their face just completely drop in disbelief that we did exactly what they imagined in their head, that makes you feel good.
Yeah, 100%. That shit never gets old, man. I love it. The presentation you do, wiping the car down, getting it angled right in your bay in the right corner and making sure the lights are on all nice, gleaming on it. And dude, it's
everything perfect.
Yeah. Floors mopped, tools are put away.
Yep. And then, so we just finished up a full Tesla Model 3, full wrap, full blackout, full ceramic window tint.
Wow.
They did powder coat on the wheels, and then they even did a ceramic Pro Sport over the whole wrap to protect it.
Nice.
And this guy came in and saw the car and was just like, he couldn't believe it. He just kept circling it and looking inside, and he was like, dude, he told us, I couldn't sleep last night. He goes, you sent me those little teaser pics.
Oh.
And he was like, I couldn't sleep. He's like, I could not wait to pick this car up. Wow. And this guy picked up his car from Tesla and drove it straight to the shop and dropped it off with 22 miles on it. He didn't go anywhere else.
Wow.
He went straight from Tesla, picked up the car and dropped it off with us and left it for a week.
Well, at least he knew when to do it, because sometimes if you do PPF or you do a wrap, not saying that you can't do a wrap on an older car, but it's always nice when you get a brand new car where it's no rock chips, no fucking rust, no pitting. It's, it makes it enjoyable. It makes it enjoyable.
Yeah, totally. He actually did PPF. I forgot about that. He did PPF on the front bumper over the wrap.
Really?
On the front bumper and the hood and the headlights and mirror caps.
So what, you did that all in house, right?
We have a few guys that come help us out with the clear bra. Yeah. And then, we send some of, like, if we're going to do a full job, we would just send it off to, one of our partner shops.
Nice. There you go. Still making money. Spreading the love.
Exactly. When they get something to work on and you make some money and you don't even really have to, see the car, you just drop it off or have them take it there. It's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are wins in my book,
Oh yeah.
What,
especially when you don't we don't specialize in PPF, so I'm not going to try and get into that game personally.
Right.
If I had someone who, we could bring on that is certified, then, I'd be game. But when that time comes, we'll get there.
For sure. For sure. So what color did you transform the Tesla from into? Well, what color did it come in with?
It was gloss black. So we told them that's the best to do is get a gloss black one because, for obvious reasons,
Right.
the gaps, things like that. And not to mention, you don't have to pay for the paint job from Tesla. So when you're going to go get a wrap, what's the point of paying for, a red paint job if
Right.
you're just going to wrap it whatever gray color you want.
Right.
But, on this one we did, Avery gloss dark gray.
Nice. I love that fucking color.
Yeah, it comes out really nice with the black accents. And then he even it was a performance Model 3, so it has the red calipers already from Tesla.
Oh.
And it has the carbon spoiler, so it was so aggressive. And we actually did a taillight tint on it too. So
Nice.
everything was just murdered and gray, and it just looks so good.
Would you do like a gloss or satin color for the handles?
On the handles and all the trims, we do a satin black.
Nice. How now I always say this when people start talking about Teslas, how hard is it to wrap the handles? Those things are a pain in the ass, aren't they?
On the Model 3, it's not too bad because you can just do the face.
Yeah.
And, explain to the customer there's no point in wrapping this ball joint looking door handle on the inside. It's just never going to turn out.
Right.
But on the Model S's, those things are absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first time I did them, I had a time constraint of an hour and I somehow did it, but I hate them. They're so miserable.
It's a lot of tedious time.
They make you grateful for door handles that come off and you can, wrap off the car easily.
Yeah.
In a couple pieces instead of, 6 or whatever it takes on each Model S handle.
It's crazy. You might as well build a template for all the time you spend on it.
Right.
Oh.
I thought about getting like pre-plotted pieces for it, but you know what works great on them actually is those 2-inch blackout strips.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's like perfect for those.
Just enough, not a lot of waste.
Yeah. And you just cut little strips and measure it out on it and it works perfectly. And you get straight edges too, straight factory edges.
Yeah, that's always key. You don't want to cut it on the table all wonky and then putting it on with your overlaps and a wonky overlap. That drives me nuts in a commercial game.
Oh yeah.
Dude, when I see a letter from, what I see a lot, I know it's a newbie installer because it's like, the top panel is over the letter, it's making the word or whatnot, and they fucking stretch the letter too much, and they cut the top panel letter out and use the bottom one. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? It's
really bad. I see commercial reps all day long that are just so butchered. And I feel so bad, but most of the commercial customers they don't really care.
Yeah, it's all about put my brand on it. As long as people can read my name and my phone number, they're fucking good. But it's the separation between a good wrap shop and a really good wrap shop. You know what I mean? It's someone who actually is going to give you advice and good advice and talk you out of the shit they've seen out there and actually take pride in their work. It's just, I feel so bad for a lot of people because they're doing themselves a disservice, and not even just that. It goes all the way back to the beginning of the chain. The shop did themselves a disservice. That's an extension of your work. That's your portfolio. And if that's the type of avenue you want to go down, cool. But tell you right now, like, any shop worth their gold is going to be going above and beyond and creating a new brand or helping them create a new brand and a logo and using great colors. It's just, oh, dude, it just.
I mean, I've had commercial clients where I've kind of like messed up the graphic or whatever on one side, and I'm like, dude, I want to replace this for you. Like, I don't like the way it looks. It's like slightly crooked and there's like a plotter line in it or whatever. And he's like, no, he's like, it's fine. I'm like, dude, no, like I insist, like, please, like it's for my work. And he's like, no, like, don't replace it. Like, that's going to cost you money. That's stupid. And I'm like, no, like, and he like wouldn't let me replace it on this bus. He's like, dude, it's literally just going to get scratched. He's like, some driver will scratch it on some branches of a tree or something. He's like, it'll get hit. He's like, we'll replace it in a couple of months. Don't worry about it. I'm like, all right.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
if you say so, like, you're the customer.
Has it come back yet?
No,
obviously.
Well, actually, what ended up happening was the company rebranded, so they redid all their logos.
See, you get a little residual back from it, anyways. You make it right the second time around. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know,
on the simpler graphics,
dude. You know what's funny is that I recently had a person not come in. It was literally like an email. It was literally like an email lead that I created and ended up getting. It was like a tree service, right? And the guy's got 2 cranes, nice looking cranes. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna make this cool. He's like a newer business. He really doesn't have a logo. I'm like, cool. I'll make something nice. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna spend hours. I'll clean some of the edges off and make it better. And we're doing reflective on the crane.
That's dope.
Dude, okay. So the concept is dope, but wait till I finish my story. So, I do this cool tree design with his name. It's his last name on it. And I'm fucking feeling it. I'm like, dude, I'm just going to send him these 2. He's going to like fucking this one. We're going to roll with it. It's going to look fucking sick. So I send it over to him. He's like, yeah, dude, that's great. Awesome. Let me just shoot it around a couple of my buddies and blah, 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 and just get their feedback. Sends me a text message like later on that day. Man, it looks great. I also used the crane for like other services, like to help out. Like subcontractors will call and be like, yo, I need a crane. Just crane services. Nothing to do with trees, but whatever. He's like, dude, can you throw a hook in there? I'm like, dude, you literally, you say you're throwing a wrench in my fucking thing. The dude throwing a hook in my fucking logo. Are you fucking serious? I can't do that. Like, it's gonna look
like, what do you mean?
It's gonna look crazy. It's not gonna work. Dude, put the tree on the left and put the hook on the right. That's what I want. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I almost pulled out. I almost aborted that job. I'm like, there's no way.
Dude, I don't even want to do it if you're going to do it that way.
Yeah, dude, literally, I was like, no go, bro. Like, no. I won't do it.
I swear I've actually had a few of those where I'm like, dude, no. Like, honestly, it's not worth it to do that.
I want to give you what you want, but I don't want to give you shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, literally, come on. Like, do you think it's gonna look good? I gave him dude, I literally gave him the rendering and I did the most shittiest rendering. He was like, yep, that's the one. I'm like, you fucking, I can't even make this up. I cannot make this up, dude.
I know.
So, long story short, we get to the process and I'm showing him the shit. Like, that was a logo process, but then I'm showing the renderings on the door and I'm like, dude, the logo is going to be super tiny on the door because you got these huge stupid elements on either end of your name, dude.
So you can't even read what you're trying to get across.
No, it looks like a tree and a fucking hook. That's all you see. Yeah. You can't even tell it has any other copy on it.
And it's not like your Apple where everyone recognizes your logo from a mile away.
Dude, and that's almost the exact words I had. I'm like, dude, you're a new company. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. Your last name doesn't mean shit if you can't see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I gave him what he wanted. I didn't do the job yet, but I gave him what he wanted, and then we reverted back to the original design. I was like, dude, let me just show you one quick design, and look how big your name looks in this door and across the whole side of the crane. And he was like, yup, that's it. I took the hook and put it in its own element in the other door, which is like actually, so there's the front half where you drive the crane, but then there's the other half up top where you actually operate the crane. So he had this huge place. I was like, yo, just put crane service with the crane hook on that, separate in the back, like in its own area. Dude, he was like, oh my God, that's so great. Thank you so much. This is like, perfect.
Then they're stoked.
Yeah. And then I'm, you know, it's up and down. I was happy about getting the job. I was fucking miserable, almost pulling out of the job. And then I was happy about the job again at the end. And it, you know, sometimes, dude, believe it or not, 9 out of 10 times, I don't even want to fight with the fucking client about what they want. Because you know how that goes. Yeah, you know how that goes.
It's fine. Whenever, if that's what you want to, you make sure that's exactly what they want to do.
Right.
And say, all right, there you go. I'll do it. That's fine.
No, you only came to me because we do this all the time and we do it the wrong way every time, right? That's the only reason why you're coming to me, right? It's just, don't take my advice, bud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the worst. My favorite's like when they come in, they're like, I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what I think. And every single time I give my opinion, I say, you know, it's your car. At the end of the day, it's your car.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do. That's what we usually do is this.
Right.
If you want to be different, maybe do this. No? Okay, well then, you know.
You want to look like everybody else? I can do that too.
I'm out of suggestions. I don't know what to tell you now.
Fucking, dude, it drives me nuts, you know? And giving shit out for free to test the waters, you know what I mean? That shit drives me bananas. You get a hot lead, right? You get a hot lead, you get a hot lead and it's like, oh, all right, cool. Yeah, I want to do it. Can you show me something? Motherfucker, throw some money down, dude.
Yeah.
Throw some money down. I'll show you whatever you want. Just give me, I want to be invested, but I need you to invest in me, you know, so I can give you something, you know?
Yep. I totally agree.
Oh,
dude.
It's
hard to get people to throw down that design fee, you know, right off the bat.
And it's not even a design fee, dude. It just give me $100. You know what I mean? We'll throw it in the price of the wrap. We'll deduct it. Yeah. You know? It's not like you're giving me 100, then I'm fucking you for another $2,000. No. Yeah. You're gonna owe 1,900, dude. I'm gonna deduct it at the end, dude. You're good. I got you. Yeah. It's a relationship. I trust you. You trust me. Just give me a little bit, bro. And it's just, dude, and those are the ones that burn you every fucking time. You send them a design, all of a sudden you see the truck running around, you're like, dude, that looks fucking familiar, but I didn't do it, you know?
Yeah.
That's a fucking growing pain that I had in the beginning that I was like, I nipped that one in the bud so fast in my beginning stages because you're hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I'll do you a design. No problem. Just to get that work. You don't see them for a couple weeks, a month. All of a sudden they're driving around with fucking door lettering. You're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, wait.
Yeah, I'm lucky I haven't had any of those situations. But,
no.
I've strayed away from that, but I think what I do, I send them a PDF or something that they can't, a file that they can't, or a picture of it.
flattened JPEG.
A JPEG.
Fucking 72 resolution in a 1x1 box.
You get a JPEG that looks great on your iPhone. Good luck putting it on a car.
Yeah, blow that thing up to 32 inches. You're gonna fucking see a bunch of lines and blurry as a bastard.
Oh yeah.
You know what? And we, you know, as you grow, you put things in perspective and you build some type of template where you have literature in there saying, you know, this can't be reconstructed. This is property of, you know, Revolution Auto Design. It's just, you need to cover your ass, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Those are processes. Those are little processes you have to build up because you know, as you know, you get burnt here and there and you got to fix it. You know? How do I not get burnt next time? Well, okay. Well, we're going to cover ourselves this way, you know?
Taking deposits, things like that. Definitely.
Yes. When there's money involved, when there's money involved, the processes have to happen sooner and quicker, you know, when there's money exchanged.
We've been pretty lucky with our customers. Like, dude, I have a guy, and he's a buddy of mine, but I have this guy who ordered a set of wheels off me, and they've been sitting in my shop for probably at least a month, if not 2.
Are they paid?
Yeah, paid for.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, they take up, you know, 2 feet by 2 feet, but it's like, it's whatever. I'm like, dude, whenever you want your wheels, let me know.
You send a quick text and say, hey, I'm going to start charging you storage.
I told him, I said, dude, you got to get these things. Otherwise, I'm going to sell them again and I'm going to make 2 times the profit.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to do what you got to do. You know?
I mean, they're just sitting there. Might as well be on someone else's car.
Yeah. Summer cleanup's coming soon, dude. You better get these things out of here. I'm having a flash sale.
Hey. Yeah, we're going to be moving, hopefully soon, so I can't have these.
Just sitting around. Yeah, 100%, dude. It's crazy.
But I mean, it's funny. It's like, dude, like what, you paid for your thing, like you don't want it?
I don't get people sometimes, you know?
I mean, customers are crazy, man.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are, dude. It's like, oh, I want this done on Thursday and I need it back by Thursday afternoon. All of a sudden, they're not even there to pick it up. Oh, I'll pick it up on Monday. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
what?
That's one of my biggest pet peeves is when they need it done on a certain day by a certain time and everything, and then you'd call them and you're like, you might even be done before then. You call them, you're like, hey man, your car's ready. Like, you're super stoked to tell them it's ready before like they even wanted it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, cool. I'll pick it up tomorrow. You're like, what?
Kid,
like,
what?
Dude, all right, well, send me the payment today because I just finished, dude.
Busting my balls to get this thing to you, and now tomorrow? What? Gotta love them, dude. You have to absolutely love that because it happens 9 out of 10 times. Happens 9 out of 10 times, 100%.
Well, it comes with all those things that you just learn to expect, you know, out of customers, out of other people in general, out of the industry, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You just learn to expect it,
or you tell them, listen, I have limited space. When I tell you the car needs to be picked up, it literally needs to be picked up that day.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll tell them, like, you know, I'm not gonna leave it inside for overnight maybe, but tomorrow morning we got to pull other cars in. Yeah,
it's going to be outside in the elements, the weather, you know, whatever the case may be, and you know, come get it, please.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And pay me, please.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's crazy. Cash, if preferable, cash, if you got it.
And then another thing that's also like good, but is very unmotivating is when someone tries to pay up front.
Oh, yes.
They pay like the whole thing up front. They're like, and then like you're halfway through the job or like you're like about to finish. You finish, you're like, hey, like now we're gonna get paid.
We already got paid.
we already got paid. Okay, that's cool. We already got paid. We made the money, but now it's done.
Yeah, come get it. Oh,
No reward. It feels like there's no reward at the end, you know?
Yeah, the fucking token's the reward, you know? The token at the end, that little handshake and see you later, enjoy it type of thing. And
yeah, you don't get that whole experience.
No, you don't. You don't, but that's all right. You know, getting paid up front's better than being like, oh, you know, the ATM.
Getting stiffed.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. What? Okay.
That's why I said it's hard to complain about it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And you always got the one, and this is like something, pet peeve of mine that I learned the hard way is when they come to pick up the car, make sure the car's in your garage. Because anything that's in your garage is actually your property. They can't, even if they own it, it's on your property. They can't leave your property without paying for the service. So, but if that car is in a common area, on a sidewalk, on a street, they can just get in it and drive away. And you're fucking fighting that tooth and nail all the way to small claims. You know?
Luckily we keep them in the side gate, and you know, they're on our property.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing worse than getting stiffed, man.
But that's a very good point, though. I never really thought of that.
Yeah, look up your laws. I know in Massachusetts, if the car's parked in, you know, city property or whatnot, they can get in it and drive away, and that'll be that. But if it's in, they can't say nothing. Police can come. He can call the police. That's fine. You tell them, hey, I need payment before the car gets taken away. It's just the way that it works, and the cop will look at him in the eye and be like, hey, pay the guy, you know?
Yeah. I think if you wanted to get really technical with it, you could do, you could pull a whole lien sale.
You could. If you wanted to spend some money. Yeah. Yeah. And go through that whole process, you absolutely could. It is.
But what are the odds someone's going to leave their BMW or Lamborghini or whatever it is with you over a three or four $5,000 bill, you know?
Right. Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
I've actually seen one go through though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
At a previous shop that I worked at.
Wow.
I was amazed.
Right? I've never seen that
People,
happen.
I mean, just didn't want the car, or couldn't get it, or couldn't afford it maybe.
What?
Yeah.
That's mind blowing, man. I have no shame in my game, dude. I went to court. I took people to court. I'll fill the $100 fucking thing.
Absolutely.
Dude.
Oh,
over a couple $100. I don't care. Money's money, bro. Like, you owe it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll collect fees
it's the
on it. That's it, dude. That's it. And
especially when you give great work and you're an honest person and you know, stick to your word and do your best.
Right.
And then they just.
Bro, I took a family member to court.
Wow.
That's how,
that's rough.
I don't care. You can fucking look at me sideways and like, damn, you bro. Dude, I don't care.
I would, but that's rough. That's just sucks.
Dude, you know what? It's a I don't know. Maybe he was married into the family, but he's probably like fourth cousin, whatever.
I would say it's not like it's your brother.
No. But although I still probably wouldn't hesitate either. You know what I mean? But I mean,
if my brother stiffed me, I'd be all over that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give him multiple, you know, tries to make it right, and it's not that I didn't. I had to go through a very serious process in order to get to the court position. I had to send multiple letters. I had to get them certified. I had to wait 30 days. Like, it was a long process. So I gave that person multiple tries to make it right. Like.
Yeah, cause you don't want to deal with it.
Not that I don't want to deal with it. And maybe they don't, but dude, like, multiple calls, emails, text messages. Dude, I kept a log of everything. Not a reply back, not a phone call back. I'm like, dude, are you really doing anything at 8 o'clock at night? I don't think so. So I deserve something back. He didn't want to deal with it. And then when he got the letter in the mail, I get a phone call. Why are you taking me to court? Well, why'd you wait 30 days to fucking get back to me, dude? Like, why do you make me go through this? And now you're going to have to pay more because if I get found, if I get found that in the right, you owe interest and you owe the bill, the process fee, which is like $100. Like you just screwed yourself, you idiot. You know? So, and I only took him to court for $450, dude. It wasn't even like, thousands, $450, dude. You owed me it for 6 months. Yeah. Like, and this was like not beginning stages. I was probably 4 or 5 years in. I'm not looking to take a hit for $450. Are you serious? Come on, dude. I'm still living paycheck by paycheck at that time. You know?
Yeah.
I'm fucking paying rent at home and I'm paying rent at a shop. Like $450 would get me by for a little while. Like no. I mean, dude, look at me sideways, whatever the case may be. No, father, mother, totally sister, agree. Whatever, dude. You know, when you owe, you owe. It just, don't be an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah. You know?
At the end of the day.
I feel embarrassed.
That's what it comes down to.
Bro, when I owe somebody money, I feel embarrassed.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I thought you meant about suing them. I was like, no.
Well, yeah, that too, like, a little bit. That I literally would have to go through the process.
That sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
But, it is embarrassing to owe people money. That's not good.
Yeah, it's not fucking lunch money. You know what I mean?
It's one thing if you work with someone and you're like, hey, we work together all the time.
Right.
You probably owe me money, but, I need this done, so we'll just, we'll figure it out next week.
Yeah.
We're crazy. We're crazy busy. You're crazy busy. Let's just get the job done. We'll figure it out. I'll get you payment next week.
Right.
That's one thing.
Right.
But, not paying and owing everyone is, that's not a way to do business at all.
No. Absolutely not. I don't even know how the fuck we got on that subject, but.
As a person or a business.
Yeah. Your reputation's on that. You know what I mean? It's being a business owner, you have to hold yourself at a higher standard because not only are you you're a reflection of the business, but you're your own identity, but you need to be careful about what you say and what you do because now, it's not about you anymore. It's about the brand, the company. Yeah. It's just.
You represent a lot more.
Oh, a lot more. And you have way more to lose than you do to gain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that comes to mind a lot with, when we're out with the boys and everyone's doing stupid stuff. And I'm like, dude, no, I have a lot more to lose than you guys do.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go home. You guys go ahead and do that until whatever, do whatever you're going to do. But I got to go home. I got to go to work tomorrow. That's the bigger excuse.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to be at work tomorrow. Yeah. I can't be in a fucking cell or fucking anything crazy like that. Like those days are over, Yep. And you're still young, dude. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23 in the industry.
I'll be turning 24 in December.
Wow. Close to Christmas or not?
The 13th.
The 13th. All right.
Not too close.
Halfway. Almost halfway there.
I get all my presents in 1 month. And
you get the shaft. My daughter's the same way. Her birthday's on the 21st.
Yeah.
I try to
That's
keep
rough.
oh, that's super rough, dude. I try to make
Really
it
close to
separate.
Christmas sucks.
Yeah, it's just you get the shaft a little bit, but
Yeah.
I try to make it nice. We do like a couple bigger gifts during her birthday, and then Christmas is just full blown craziness.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were thinking about doing it, and this is kind of funny, and I've never heard of it, but like the half birthday, it's like the 6-month thing, so you don't get screwed. But I think this kind of, it's like, oh yeah, happy birthday, and it's fucking like April. It's like, dude, you weren't born in April. Like, it's kind of weird, but I get it. And, I don't think we're gonna go that route. I don't know.
Yeah, just accept it.
Yeah.
Just move on.
Yeah, well, she's 7. She gets it now. You know, when she was younger, it was cool. But she's 7 now, and she's like, what? Like, presents, no presents now? Just everything in Christmas now? It's like, I'm sorry. When your kids start realizing the nonsense that you do, you know, it's like, damn, you're getting too old. You can't get away with that bullshit. Like, oh, the tooth fairy's gonna come bring you a fucking $10 bill. It's like, my oldest one, she's gonna be 13. She's just like looks at me and shakes her head. She's like, Dad, you're an idiot. Like, tooth fairies aren't real. I'm like, shut up, dude. Don't fuck it up.
Not in front of your sister.
Yeah, not in front of your sister. Like, Santa Claus is not real. And we still write Santa Claus on all our gifts. Shit. She's just like, yeah, I know who Santa Claus is. I'm like, shh, quiet. Fuck.
My parents still write Santa Claus.
The fuck out of here.
It's just a joke.
At 20?
I'm like, dude, really? I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, really, Santa? Is this like? They just laugh.
Oh,
I'm like, you guys are ridiculous.
Oh man. What do you?
My parents are great.
What do they get you for gift? They get you fucking underwear and socks still?
No, I've upgraded the gifts a little bit.
Nice.
Since younger, but no, they're good.
Nice. Yeah, I love the holidays, man. It's as shitty as it is business wise. I like having that downtime, to be quite honest with you.
It's nice around that time to, you know, be with your family and spend the holidays away or do whatever you're gonna do and just, like you said, just chill.
Yeah, just kind of disconnect from the business, charge your batteries, just kind of just, you know, clear your minds, man.
I mean, you have to every once in a while, because if you don't, I mean, you start to drive yourself crazy.
Oh my God,
in a little shop, you know, just every, you know, day in and day out, it starts to feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again, even though there's different cars, different projects.
Yep.
And you're just like, dude, like I'm driving myself crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Do you do anything outside of the industry that's kind of like your thing, your zen or your other kind of passion?
Not really. I mean, the cars have been my life, basically my whole life. My dad had a lot of cars growing up, and I just was always, I mean, when I was 15 and a half, I had my first car before I turned 16, and I had it torn apart doing a complete new stereo on it by myself with no prior experience. And my dad came home and he goes, "What the fuck? What are you doing? Your car's in pieces." I look up at him, I go, "I'm just on the stereo. What's wrong?" "You don't know what you're doing. How do you know what you're doing?" I'm like, "Dude, have you seen Google?"
Yeah.
Like, come on.
YouTube? Come on. I got this. Somebody else did it.
I mean, I figured it out. You know, that was like my, you know, first kind of car project that I did. I had a '07 Dodge Charger.
Wow.
And I did the whole entire stereo. I did subs, the deck, everything, all the speakers. So all the door cards were off. The wiring had to go from the front to the back, and all the seats were torn out, all the rear seats.
Jeez.
And all the side, you know, moldings. And my dad was just like, you ruined your car, this and that. going off on me, and I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to learn. Like, I like cars.
Right. Taking them apart, putting them back together, figuring it all out.
Yeah. I mean, when I turned when I pressed play on my music and it started bumping, I was so stoked.
Yeah. Imagine when it didn't. You know what I mean? You look at the fuse. Yeah. Fuck, did the fuse blow? Is the amp not on? I think that's the first mod that a lot of people that get their first cars.
Get in the industry.
Yeah. They kind of just rip the radio right out. It's just a bunch of wires. You get the wiring harness.
First thing to go.
100%. 100%. That's the first thing I did.
Especially back when, all those cars, I mean, nowadays you get a car and it has a premium sound system 9 out of 10 times.
Right. You guys are fucking spoiled. Your generation's spoiled with all the nice cars.
Oh, I know. The cars are ridiculous.
Dude, your first car, a Charger, you said?
Yeah.
You know what my car was?
It was a 6-cylinder though.
6-cylinder. Please, dude. I had a 1988 Hyundai XL 4-door, 4-cylinder. The fucking thing was like screaming to try to hit 80. Like not even,
I'm
dude.
Spoiled.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled.
Yeah, wicked spoiled. I had to throw my bass tube in there to get anything out of it. You know what I mean? Throw a bunch of stickers on the thing because I thought that was a cool thing to do.
Yeah, back in the day, of course.
Yeah. Every sticker gained an extra horsepower, like everybody says. Oh, does the stickers give you extra horsepower? How many fucking times do you hear that shit?
1,000 times.
Dude, if I got a fucking dollar.
My favorite is, you gonna do my car next?
Yeah.
You gonna pay me next?
Yeah, no shit.
I will do your car, no problem. You gonna pay me?
Oh my god. I loved it. I loved hanging out with the car clubs, dude. There was one guy around, Emilio. He was doing all the custom graphics down the sides. This is like right when Fast and Furious was hot. The guy was fucking plotting stickers like it was nobody's business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slapping them on. He was making Hanover fist on these things. And everybody would say, that must give it 10 more horsepower. That must give it 5 more horsepower. And now look, dude, that was back in, 90. I didn't even have my license then. I used to hang out with the older crew, all my cousins and stuff. So that's gotta be like 99, 2000. No, I got my license in 2001. So it's gotta be like 98, 99-ish, early 2000s. And, dude, like, think from 2000, we're now 19 years later.
Oh yeah.
And where the fucking industry is, dude. Like,
it's
holy shit.
Just go to SEMA.
Yes. Yeah, I've never been, but yeah.
Oh,
100%.
wow. Dude, you gotta get out there.
I gotta pop my cherry.
Unbelievable. I went for the first time last year.
Yeah?
I've been wanting to go
See, you're talking about me. You just went last year, bro. Come on.
Oh, well, I've been trying to go since I was a kid.
Wow.
I've never had the opportunity to, though. And every shop I'd worked at before, oh yeah, we're gonna go, and then they never go.
Yeah.
Or just the owner goes. And I'm like, man. So this year I made it a point, and I actually booked my ticket like 2 days before.
Come on, you wait till the last minute.
Yeah, because I didn't even know if I could go. You know what I mean? That's how crazy it was at the shop.
Shit.
And but I went for a night and a day, and I flew back, or maybe 2 nights. I don't remember, but like one
too good
day,
of a time. You don't even remember.
No, yeah, I think I was there for 2 nights. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a really good time.
Yeah, I bet you did.
But I mean, the convention was unbelievable. Blocks, well, first off, the convention center inside is just ginormous. And then you go outside and there's 4 blocks, like 4 square blocks surrounding it that are just full of cars. And people doing donuts and drifting, and it's unbelievable.
Did you bring your good tennis shoes to be doing all that walking?
Oh, dude, you have to, I think we walked like, 9 miles. Like over the course of the day and a half, we walked like 20 miles or something.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a lot of walking.
Wow. That's insane.
And it's hard because you can't Uber into the facility because, like I said, there's 4 blocks in every surrounding area just full of cars. And the whole city is full of cars that week, you know?
Right.
Everyone's there for that. Like there's no one there for anything else.
It's the biggest car show in the world.
The entire world.
Right.
And that's where like it really opens your eyes. You start walking through and you see people, you know, from China and manufacturers of carbon, and that's where you can really put yourself on and get better connections and meet a lot crazier people.
Yep. Those are the things you have to do that as a business owner. If that's your market and that's your niche, you have to be there. You have to put yourself in front of these people because that's how you get these little SEMA builds. That's how you get these SEMA wraps. It's just nobody's going to call you out of the, I mean, yeah, maybe you might get a phone call last minute. Hey, can you wrap this car for SEMA? Which everybody knows that's 9 out of 10 times. It's just the same story. And, you know, there's people right now planning and wrapping cars for SEMA right now for months in advance, which fucking, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that's way less of a burden and a relief for those shops because those things usually come down to the gun. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Last minute for everything.
Oh yeah. That's how, I mean, it's so funny because everyone always plans it to not be last minute, and then every single time it's last minute.
Yeah.
That's how it always works.
Did you make any good connections while you were down there?
Yeah, I mean, we picked up a bunch of business cards. We got to meet a lot of people doing, you know, with printing machines, got to demo some of them and watch those guys.
Nice.
And it's just cool to be there in the culture and, you know, be around people who do what you do.
Yeah, taking it all in and, you know, seeing I mean, there's a lot of people that we both follow on Instagram that are there, and it's nice to finally meet them in person and pick their brain.
Some of the cars you see, I mean, like the Ken Block's, drifting cars are there.
Yeah.
The Hunikin truck, the Hunikin Mustang.
Wow. I gotta get my ass there sometime. I tell myself like every year, and then it comes down the wire, and it's like, that was
me until last year.
Lucky.
But now I'm like, I know I have to go this year, but like, I really don't know if I can go because the next time I go, I have to go with like, I need to go with like 20 cars or something crazy, you know, like we got to do it big.
Oh, obviously.
Like a bunch of customers' cars and go out there and just exhibit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's honestly, it potentially could make or break a lot of people as far as like your quality in your game. And, you know, it's just, you know, I've heard from all spectrums, you know, it's just, you never know the backstory to what had happened with that particular project, which is never an excuse to just, you know, cowboy the thing, get it on to get it to a show. It's like, okay, we're going back again to that's an expression of your shop. That's an extension of you. It's just like, okay, if you can't even do a SEMA build, right? Like, why would I take my car?
When you see all the cars out there too, there's so many cars that are like that, and there's so many cars that are perfect.
Right. It's all over the place.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's like every spectrum, like everything you can think of is there.
Wow. Unreal. So, you know, what was your deal as far as getting into the business? Considering, you know, you're a year in, you're still kind of like a greenhorn in the industry. What inspired you to get into the industry? How did you even want to think that, you know, this is the career path I want to take?
I mean, growing up with all the cars around and loving them as much as I did, I just always knew I wanted to do something with cars.
Mm-hmm.
I just never really knew exactly what. And then, my dad had a Hellcat and he wanted the hood wrapped And I literally didn't even know what he was talking about, really. He was like explaining it to me. And so we called, one of the companies that, you know, everyone back then, this was probably 5 years ago, everyone back then, was small time, you know, even the shops around here that are bigger now were tiny.
Right.
And so we kind of showed up and it was very small scale, not very professional. But I saw them doing the wrap on the hood and I was just like hooked basically. And, I just waited. I mean, I didn't wait around. Like I had other jobs, that I was trying to do. I actually tried to run a bus business that was similar to my dad's. And he kind of got me into that and it just wasn't my thing. And I was partnered up with a guy that was, you know, my dad's buddy and it just wasn't for me. And so I saw the shop that we had the work done on the Hellcat, they were hiring, but they weren't hiring for a wrap installer. They were hiring for a detailer.
Wow.
And so I just wanted to get into the industry. So I took I tried to get the job and like, I didn't get it right away. Like I had to go there. Like I was in contact with him and he said, come in and come by. And I came by and talked to him, but he was working, you know, this was back in the day when he was still working on the cars. And, finally I just bugged him enough and he just hired me. And, I worked there for, I think a little over 6 months. Wow. And it didn't end up working out. A lot of it was on me because I was so young. I made a lot of mistakes and, you know, I literally didn't know what I was doing. And I was just so dumbfounded by the cars that a lot of the times I would not really I wasn't really paying full attention.
Right.
Especially because I was in the detailing and I didn't really want to do that. So I was always watching the guys changing the colors of cars and wrapping and stuff. And like on my lunch, that's how I learned. You know, I watched these guys during my lunch. I watched these guys after I got off my shift or whatever. And I would spend hours there, hours till like 9, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. And, just watch these guys and ask them questions, why they're doing this, why they're doing that. And then eventually I just ordered a roll for my car. And my boss was pissed because I was like mid paint correction on my car. And then I started wrapping it. And he's like, what the fuck, man? But I'm just like, dude, like I wrapped it satin battleship gray and it was just so sick. And that was just my first car. It took me so long because first off, I had no idea what I was doing. Second off, I was doing it after hours and, you know, on lunch and, you know, do a panel here and then you're driving your car. So you have to clean it off every time and just deal with all that. But, yeah, I mean, I wrapped my first car and then obviously the guys helped me with a lot of it. And then after that, it didn't work out there. And I actually went away from the industry for a little while. And that's when I was, doing the bus thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw an opening at another shop and they're like, one of my buddies just posted on Facebook and said, hey, we need someone who vinyl wraps. Anyone hit me up. And I was like, you know, I've done one and I've had my hands on it before, but
that's all you did is one.
I'm not a vinyl wrapper, you know, and I was very honest with them and they're like, no, like we just need, you know, we need help. We need all the help we can get. We need help. That's where they're at. And, they brought me on and I was under, another installer and I basically was just tossed into it. And then after like, I want to say like a month or something, like a very short amount of time passed. And then I showed up one day and he was like, yeah, that guy's gone. You're it.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Like, you know, like he's like, we got to do this. We got to do that car. We got to do that car and they have to be done and this and that. And I'm like, all right. Like, you know, and that like, that 6 months after that was when I really learned. You know, I was by myself thrown into it and just constantly cars.
Right.
And
Yes.
I was the only one there. You know, I had other hands helping me from like when I really needed it. But I mean, that's possible, and not understanding that, you know, inlays are your friend. But, you know, after going through a certain amount of material and really being just so frustrated and wanting to get better, you just learn how to do it and, you know, do your research and you just get there. And that's really when I picked up like wrapping. And then after that, I went to another shop and I was there for about a year and a half, and they actually did, printing and commercial. And that's when I learned that side. So it was really nice that like things happened the way they did. Started off in the automotive, which is what I really like, and then picked up the commercial along the way. And then it didn't work out at all, you know, all these shops around me. And then I had an opportunity to do this one with, you know, the guys we're doing it with. I have a partner in the business. And we just took it and ran, and it's been a lot of fun for sure.
That's crazy. So you learned everything trial and error by fire, and just kind of, and honestly, I think that's the best way to learn is just if you apprentice or get a job at a location that's really busy, you're always touching the film. And I think I always tell everyone that's like new, that hit me up on DMs. I tell everyone, yo, just every day do a panel. Every day work on a small piece, a corner of your hood, you know, master something and always keep touching it every day. Because as soon as you stop doing that, it becomes harder to get that muscle memory or that feel back. Believe me, I took a 3-year hiatus, and dude, it literally took me, I don't know, 3-4 months to get back into the groove of things. It's crazy. You lose it. You don't use it, you lose it. It's just the way that it goes. But I'll tell you, like, doing it every single day, it's like, oh, okay, I remember this, you know. We're gonna do it this way, you know, and it's sometimes the best way to do it. And you know, as hard as it may be, repetitiveness and doing it every day is old school, because it goes back to old school roots of apprenticing and learning and watching. And you took initiative too, you know, asking questions, you know, during your lunch, working late, helping out, asking questions. Like, you didn't have to do that. You could have went home and hung out with your buddies all day. Who gives a shit what this guy's doing? I'm making $1. You know what I mean? I'm going to detail the shit out of this car. I'm going to go home. But you know, you kept up with it, and, you know, now you're able to reap the fruits of your labor and your time that you invested in yourself and actually build a business from it. It's huge, man. Congrats on that.
Thanks, man. It's been crazy for sure, especially the way everything worked out. Like, when you look back on it, well, when you're in it, it feels like, you know, it's the end.
Yeah.
And it feels, you know, rough or whatever. But when you look back on it and you see the way things led to another and you met this person and ended up doing it this way, it was perfect.
Yeah. 100%. What do you think the hardest part, since you've been in business, what do you think the hardest part about being a business owner is?
Oh,
there's so much, right?
Yeah, I would probably say just the fact that just wearing all the hats, you know, like the fact that you have to talk to the customer, you have to schedule things, you have to make sure everything's on time. The quality has to be checked. The financials have to be, you know, taken care of. Yeah. It's just so much. You get the ordering, you have to have all the tools, you have to make sure you have, you know, your alcohol, your propane for your torches, fresh squeegees, fresh blades. Yeah. It's just so much all the time.
Yeah. Inventory, all that stuff. Yeah. It's, you know, there's nothing worse than getting in the middle of a job and you're out of paper towels or something, you know, it happens probably more often than not, and wearing all the hats does suck. But you said you have a partner in it. You're able to share the, share the
some
business.
of the responsibility.
Yeah,
definitely,
exactly.
definitely. Like I do a lot of the work and operations, and he does a lot of the sales and marketing, and it works out.
Nice. Now, is it just you two running the show?
We have a third guy that is on with us, pretty much all the time, but, he also has another job, like if he needs to. It's like, it works out perfectly.
Yeah. No slow days.
Yeah, like slow days, slow weeks. He can go pick up work whenever he needs it. And yeah, so it's basically us three. I mean, we have other people that come in when we're really busy or like we really need it.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've never had more than 4 or 5 guys in the shop, I'd say.
Nice. How many hands did you bring in to do that caddy?
Just one other guy.
One other guy.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you've heard of Morgan Raps.
Yes. Morgan.
He has a little shop over in, Miramar. So he came and helped us. We definitely needed him on that one.
Yeah. Is that your first Chrome rep?
First Chrome printed.
Chrome printed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little plug for We Print Wraps right there.
Yeah. Dude, they, like I said before, they killed it on that one. That one, it just, everything about it was perfect.
Yeah. The design came out amazing. It looked like a flawless install. The print quality looked just, in photos, everything looks good until you actually like see it and you're like, okay, yeah. It's perfect. But man, it was a cool looking design for that Cadillac. It was a Escalade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Escalade, twin turbo Escalade.
Turbo. That was crazy.
First twin turbo Escalade in the world.
Is it the first one?
Yeah.
Get the
first
fuck out of here.
First twin turbo Escalade in the world.
Wow. And it's kind of funny. So there's a backstory to you and I, prior talking throughout the week where I was watching because I subscribed to, Daily Driven Exotics YouTube page because I love watching this shit. The Damon's hilarious in that shit. So, and,
especially with the cops. That's the greatest part.
That's the best part when he has the cops. He gets pulled over like every episode. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So there was an episode in it that they're pumping gas, everybody's there, and this Escalade pulls up, the one you wrapped. And me being like a cool guy, as we were talking DMing, I was like, hey, saw the fucking wrap on DDE. And then you asked, okay, which episode? Dude, I had my girl going crazy the other night looking for that fucking episode. I must have looked at like 10. I'm like, dude, it's gotta be this one.
Dude, me too.
Dude, I was going up. I swear to God, they took it out. They uploaded a new one and took it out because literally it was like just a snippet of it, right? Literally just a snippet of like, I saw the wrap and I'm like, holy shit. And the dude's hanging out the door. He's like, open up the hood and you can see the huge turbo in the end. He's like, yeah, there's 2 of them. And he's like, what? 2 of them? And he goes, the other side, there's a fucking other turbo right there. And I'm like, wow, that fucking wrap. You literally just finished that wrap, what? A month ago? Give it
Less than that.
Less than that. 3 weeks. And
2 weeks ago.
And it's already on Daily Driven Exotics timeline. Yeah. So I'm like, damn, that was like quick turnaround. That's insane. So when I tell you that, you're like, oh, which video? And I'm like fucking scrolling an hour later. I can't find it. And then yesterday, fucking I'm watching it. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy shit, it was the whole snippet of it. Like he pulls up, he's showing him the car, looks great, and Damon's talking about it. He's like, holy shit. Like, and I was like, damn, I almost felt like an asshole. If it was never to air on there, be like, wow, I just false advertised that whole fucking deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I was stoked to see that. That was crazy.
Huge. Millions of followers on that page, man, on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy exposure.
the guy told us too. I mean, I was, it was great to see it, but I wish, they would have, I guess they filmed another clip because the customer told us that, those guys, he ran into them.
Yeah.
And I guess they had filmed a clip that mentioned where the wrap was done. And I was kind of bummed that one didn't make it, but I was still stoked that,
well, you know
all we
why.
did was on their channel.
Well, you probably know why the other shop. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, what's the shop he gets his wraps from? Oh my God, it's escaping. I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
Is it impressive or?
No, it's the, I could see the letters. Holy shit. It's like 3 letters, dude. It's like PF something or.
Oh, Protective Film Solutions.
Yes, that's them. That's where they get all their wraps from. So it's probably just one of those things where like they're a sponsor of the show maybe. They can't really whatever, but it is what it is, whatever. But dude, that's huge. You could take that clip and put it on your YouTube page or your Instagram and share it because that's all free marketing. You know what I mean? And maybe you can reach out to Damon, Yeah,
that'd be dope.
They're pretty active on social media and stuff like that. So, it'd be nice to be like, hey, cool fucking snippet. Can you give me a little shout?
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, please.
Maybe give you a little shout out. It'd be cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's insane, dude. So how long of the process did it take you to actually install the wrap?
We wrapped that car in less than a week.
Less than a week. Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts, intricate stuff.
We had, luckily, so I disassembled damn near all of it, but luckily we got to leave the bumpers on. So that made it a lot more manageable.
Yep.
And then, we had to have it done. It was one of those deadline situations because he was taking it to an event. He took it to No Fly Zone, I believe.
Okay.
So like he literally picked it up Friday night and drove 5 hours the next morning to go to No Fly Zone.
Wow.
So it was like, it's just one of those situations where we had to have it done. And like I said earlier, We Print Wraps, it was so perfectly laid out and perfectly sized and everything lined up. So it went really smooth.
Wow. Yeah, that's always key.
But it's scary because when you have one piece for each panel, like there's no, hey, how much is on the roll?
Yeah. That's an expensive roll.
Oh.
There's no messing that up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn. But that's what puts you on the map sometimes. Those particular projects. Yeah, 100%. Those are the ones that go viral. Those are the ones that,
stand up on DDE.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. But you're broadening your services where, color change is cool, but we can also do this. Printed custom wrap, chrome printed custom, like you're getting real technical. That's like, like now you're eating a filet mignon, not the fucking cheesy shit from the supermarket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can go buy the
100%.
cookie cutter stuff, but now you get the high end stuff too, man. We can do that, and it's nice to have that underneath your belt and have that extra exclusivity of the industry side where, I mean, you're fucking way further than I have. I've never installed a chrome wrap. Ever. I don't
Dude, chrome wraps.
Yeah, they're not fun. I get it. I'm not missing out, right?
They are and they aren't because, I mean, everyone likes a good challenge, but at the same time, it's like, when you screw it up, you're also hurting your wallet. So it's like,
yeah, it's a
challenge that you can't mess up. It's a challenge. It's just, you have to do it and you get it done and hopefully it looks good enough,
Yeah, you gotta be your prime.
That one turned out really nice. So that was printed on the newest, 60-inch 3M chrome.
How was that? I heard it's pretty good, but you had to put an extra piece of laminate on there to make it thicker.
And dude, and even with that, it was nicer to install than the last chrome wrap I installed, which was Avery.
Well, you didn't have to worry about scratches, right? Because you could just clean them out.
Yeah, I mean, not so much that. I mean, we always wet apply, like, we use lubrication on the squeegee so it doesn't scratch.
Right.
And we used a bunch of brand new squeegees on that one.
Right.
So we didn't have that issue. But the way it molded is what really got me, because I mean, and the way it stretched, I had such a miserable time. And I don't know if it was because it was a C7 Corvette that I did in chrome before.
That could be the reason. Hard lines everywhere.
Miserable car in general to wrap.
Jesus.
But, or I don't know if it was the material, but that new 3M chrome it was nice. It was really nice to install.
Wow. Oh, that's good. That's definitely good to know, at least for the listeners that, have questions about it. I know, just the chrome wrap itself, they've mitigated the surface being so, being able to get scratched so easily.
Oh yeah.
Obviously the 60-inch is an absolute game changer
big time
for the chrome side, which I still to this day, and if you go back, I don't know how many episodes where I'm like, I thought it was a gimmick. They were only selling us the 48-inch shit until, they've always known about the 60, but, it's all about being better at the end of the day. Whether you do one chrome wrap in your history of the industry or whether you don't, I mean, that is a wicked high end and very unprofitable, side of the business, because at the end of the day, you tell somebody, okay, you can wrap the whole car for $3,500, but if you want to do chrome, just the material alone is going to cost you $3,500. So, which way do you want to go? And we're not even we haven't even talked about install yet,
I was just saying, you wouldn't believe how much that one cost.
What, the chrome for that whole thing?
The printed chrome.
I'm gonna go with it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it wasn't enough. But it
was a lot.
It was worth it because it's just it's one of a kind. It's basically a masterpiece. It can't be recreated. It can't be done again. Oh, no. It's its own thing. It's
art.
Yeah, you do it once and that's that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That was really cool to be a part of that project for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Dude, honestly, the photos and I looked into all the other photos too, and the design is super killer. Props to Sir Lion for that.
There's one picture of the rear end of the car where you can see the holographic in it. And there's just this holographic, almost like the psychedelic flip.
Was it just like a reflection of something that was
Yeah, that's just it almost looks like that's the luster of it. You know what I mean? That's the finish. It's like a holographic finish. It's crazy. You can see it on that side, that rear side shot.
Wow.
Right under where our logo is. It's crazy. It looks like a rainbow.
A rainbow. I love it. That's insane.
But it's unreal because it's not just the color, that's the effect over the print.
No shit. Yeah, but dude, with a chrome and a mirror finish, any type of thing that's next to it, it's gonna pick up, and you're gonna get a bunch of different colors off of that. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
When that thing's outside and the light's blaring down on it, you know what I mean? The sun's just oh
yeah.
Dude, do you guys have those laws there where the chrome wrap just doesn't fly with, the police?
No, that's fine.
It's all
fun.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done any other like wraps that you're super kind of proud about that you've done in the last year or so?
What's another good one? Damn, off the top of my head, you got me kind of stumped.
Yeah.
Let me check. Let me look through some pictures.
Look through the gram.
One of them that stands out in my head all the time is we did this SRT Grand Cherokee,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all blacked out already, had black wheels, and we lowered it, and it was white with red interior, and we did a satin white wrap with a ceramic pro coating on top. And dude, it just looked so sick. Like it looked so frozen. I don't know what it was, but it just came out so nice, and I love that car. He had an exhaust on it too. He had a Meister shaft exhaust.
Yep.
And it sounded super sick. It looked super sick. The inside was a sick color. Like it was just all around such a sick car.
How hard was it to install with the matte white? I did a matte white wrap, dude, and I hated every second of it.
Really?
Any little imperfection that
that's true.
You hit with the stupid squeegee by accident or just...
Yeah, that's true. We did run into that a little bit.
Yeah, it just makes a mark in it. It drove me nuts, dude. And you can't even get them out.
Yeah.
Thank God for Ceramic Pro, because that color specifically would be the only thing I would highly recommend to have done, because you get any type of like bird shit on it or any type of leaves sit on that, dude, and it like the water beads. Oh my God, dude. It's just going to be a fucking nightmare.
Okay, so to pick between three, I would say besides the Escalade, the Lambos were really fun. And then we did a brushed M550.
I saw that. That must have been crazy to install brush. You tried doing it all in one piece, or did you do it in panels and try to line up the brush?
I always do it separate and line it up.
Yeah.
It gives you a little bit more
freedom.
Like flexibility. Like, in my opinion, it's easier because if you line up, or if you do it in one piece, and you have to lift or adjust something, you're already going to be off. So by doing it panel to panel, you get to lay it on there just flat perfectly with minimal distortion and just get it lined up as best as you can. And I mean, every time we've done it that way, it comes out really nice.
Nice.
I mean, even the bumpers line up on the fenders and the quarter panels, which is really crazy, but it just somehow just works.
Yeah. It's, I haven't worked with brush either. I feel like
brush is one of my favorite.
You think so?
Oh, I love brush material.
Jesus. I think the satisfaction.
I don't necessarily love to install it, but the way it looks.
Yeah, there you go. There's the answer. Yeah.
Like when you're done with it's just unbelievable. It's so sick.
It's a very different technique to install it, right? Because it can the lines in it can get distorted very easily.
Yeah.
You can't really stretch and heat.
Yeah. If you heat it too, like you're basically gonna, even if you don't distort the lines and you get the lines back to straight, you're gonna distort the metallic in it.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a dent in the like vinyl or in the car.
Yes, that's what I saw somebody talk about that, where they were saying it looks like there's like a dent there, but it's the material that lost its thing, you know. So I mean, the materials are great that they come out with and the colors, but you have to know the technique to install these things. You can totally butcher or ruin the whole vibe of the whole car if you don't get it, you know?
Yeah, you can, I mean, like the color flow and the directional material.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's so many.
How many times have you seen a car that like the doors?
The door's a different color.
Yeah. Oh, it happens, dude. It happens.
Yep.
And you know what? Sometimes those are just the mistakes you make and you learn. You fix it and you move on. That's it.
It's sad to see when there's panels that are all over the place. If it's one door or something,
you made a mistake.
But like,
right.
Yeah, but like I've seen cars where not one, like maybe one panel matches, and it's like, oh no,
yeah, oh no,
yeah.
Is right. Somebody got screwed.
It's such a waste of material, such a waste of time, such a waste of someone's money.
They picked up the car at night. Was a problem. Right? It's just fly by, and then you're trying to get.
Surprised. Some people's eyes don't catch things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it'd be a dead giveaway. Considering that, okay, it's a flip, and it changes, but it's got to change the same. It's got to kind of go to gate. It has to go together. You know what I mean?
It's called color flow. It should flow. Is what I say.
It's maybe we should come up with a meme for when you don't see a color flow.
That's flowing.
Yeah. It's color not
color
flowing.
Flow is not flowing.
Yeah. Flowing the wrong way. When the green's shifting the green, that other panel needs to shift the green. Just because it's another panel.
You could do it with brush too. I've seen a brushed hood sideways.
Oh, Which way
I'm like, dude,
which way's the right way though? Because if you have your fenders front and back and it's wrapping around, do you go left or right? Do you go up and down? I mean, that's a good question. What would be the right way? Because how the fuck would you do the roof? The roof, you would just go left to right and have all the other panels go front to back.
Every panel should go front to back except for the bumpers go side to side.
Go side to side. That's it. Right.
But when you stretch the bumpers around the corners, you most of the time, depending on the car, you can line up the fenders and the quarter panels with the bumpers.
Right. Going the right way.
If you stretch it the right way, yeah.
Right. Yeah. What would be the technique? Not using a torch 100%, I think. There's no way.
Pretty much.
No way you can use a torch.
Pretty much not using a torch, yeah. I mean, if you are going to heat it, definitely use a heat gun or an IR.
Yeah.
But I try not to heat any of the brush straps, really.
Yeah.
Unless it's like corners that are complex.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you're heating it, you're distorting it pretty much.
And what do you do with seams? Inlays, rather.
Yeah. Basically just lining them up. That's probably the toughest thing to line up is seams. That's really hard to line up.
I think I would say pick another color, whether it be gloss black, matte black, or something for your inlays.
That's nice to do.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Why even try it?
On that brush one, on the M550, we knew it was going to SEMA.
Yeah.
So I went all out on it, and I got the inlays 98% perfect, 99% perfect. I'd say they match so well. That bumper is like my masterpiece of last year. It looks so good. Even to this day, I look at it and I'm like, dude. I tell the customer, he's one of our buddies, so I tell him all the time, I'm like, dude, do you understand
what it
this
took?
Bumper? How good it looks for a brushed bumper. Please.
Wow.
He's grateful though.
Yeah, dude, it's the amount of time we put into these things. I feel like it's pretty intense, at points, and sometimes just straight up stressful. And
that one was planned for not to be last minute and ended up being last minute.
Last minute. See what I mean?
5 a.m. the day he's leaving for SEMA.
See what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. Why put that amount of stress on top of everything? You're putting way more stress. It's like, oh yeah, just use just use, brushed. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, right.
We got this, right? Oh my God.
That one was stressful. The Escalade was more stressful though.
The Escalade, was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
It was more
stressful. Was it because you were it was more stressful, so maybe because you didn't know what the outcome was going to be?
I mean, you have to not only line up panels, but also working with Chrome, and you only have one panel, one piece per panel.
Per panel.
And if you mess it up, that's it. Like,
done deal.
Especially because it wasn't like we had the time, you know what I mean? We had the pieces, very little time, and it had to get done. And luckily everything turned out, and it turned out beautiful. But, yeah, that one was definitely nerve-wracking on a few panels. Dude, that roof was probably $1,000 piece of material.
Get out of here. Just the roof.
Just the roof.
Holy shit.
It was 7 feet or 8 feet long, probably.
Well, yeah, the Escalade's fucking humongous.
Yeah.
How did it take with the grooves on the roof and everything?
Oh, dude, it was so miserable.
It was so miserable.
The roof.
At least you're not sugarcoating it. You know what I mean?
No, it was miserable. The roof took 5 or 6 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, dude. Those particular wraps are great, and I get it, but dude, no thank you.
I know.
That shit's for the birds.
I know.
Shit's for the birds, man. I don't need that. I'm already stressed enough as it is. Never mind adding all that extra. I'm fucking good. You can keep it there in LA. I'll stick to my rap game here with my commercial stuff,
Yeah. No, I feel you. And I even have people in the industry who talk to me and they're like, dude, I just want to be commercial. They're just the problem is I'm branded as automotive. So I get I get raps, but I just want to do commercial stuff. And I'm like, dude, I get it. More cars for me, but do you, but whatever you decide. I like the cars. The commercial on the side when we get it.
They're treats. Don't get me wrong. They're 100% treats, But to build your business with the passion, with the passion of the automotive side. And plus you've got so many other elements, the wheels, the ceramic pro, the exhaust, we
do a lot of
tuning.
We do tunes. We do everything. So it's not. We do a lot of powder coating on the wheels. We sell wheels. We try and do anything we can handle. We'll do it.
Yeah.
But if we can't handle it, we'll just tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take on a project where we're doing body work or crazy body work or pulling frames or anything
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to get into that nonsense. Then you're becoming a body shop and it's fucking no thanks. It's just, you need to have the shop prepped, cleaned, for the wraps. Right. You don't want to get into that dirty mess stuff. It's not
if
fun.
Anything, I would like to be an auto body, but I would never have them in the same location.
Yeah, they'd have to be separate. Yeah, that's the only way to do it. That's the exact only way to do it. And as far as your niche and what you got going on now, getting over that first year is probably the hardest year you're going to have. I think everything after, your first year, you're good to go. You know what I mean? It's just maintaining it, making sure, you're always planting that seed. And,
so just keeping it moving and keeping it growing.
100%. That's it.
Trying to figure out the next move always.
The hardest part is done. You've already gone over the hump. The first year, you're good, you know. Now it's the maintaining part. It's the hard part every year, doing a little bit more.
Yep.
That's, again, going back to what we said in the beginning, that's the fun part about it. That's the, you know, the end goal, and, having fun doing it. It's just, it is, you know, it's just nice, dude, when you just being able to, you know, walk into your own shop, work at your leisure, make some bucks, do what you like to do. And you're set up the way you're set up for a reason. You want to dabble more in the automotive stuff. That's why you have the wheels and the exhausts and the tunes and the this and the that. You're not a commercial shop. You're actually working the opposite of what a lot of other shops do. And it's more heavy based on the commercial side. And then you get those, you know, treats once in a while, color change hood, a roof wrap, or even a full color change, you know, start to finish. Those are treats for us, me, you know, me being in the industry again and, you know, getting those small snippets and little side jobs, so to say. We call them side jobs because it's like, it's not what we do all day, you know, we're commercial, but, it's a nice treat at the end of the day to get those, but I'm kind of envious a little bit. I kind of like it. I like the whole changing the color and having that instant satisfaction of like, holy shit, like, that's awesome, you know? Yeah.
The satisfaction when you're done, and like I said, when the customer comes in and they're beyond stoked, it's definitely a cool feeling.
Right.
Especially, and then my favorite part is when you see them rolling around.
Yeah.
When you're like out doing whatever, drinking, or even just driving down the street, driving to work, or doing an errand, and you see one pass, and you're like, hey, I did that.
Right.
It's like the stupidest little thing, but like it's so cool to just be able to say, you know, you wrap that car, you wrap this car, you wrap that car, and they're all just rolling around the city.
Oh man, it gets better when you start really seeing a lot of your work out there. And
yeah, I can't wait.
It's nice. It's definitely nice. Is there any talks as far as like certifications and stuff like that later on?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably do the Avery course this year.
Nice.
I'm pretty good friends with the guys over at Viral who host it here in San Diego. I met what's his name, Randy from Avery a few years ago when I worked over there, and great guys. I'll definitely do that to get just to have it. I mean, at this point, I think it's kind of, just like I don't know what you call it, check the mark off the list.
Right. It's just, well, at the end of the day, it's a separation between you and a non-certified shop. It just justifies you that you've invested in yourself, in your craft, in your career. It's the college for the rap industry, so to say.
Right.
It's your diploma, your certificate of completion that, you know how to properly put the stuff on.
Right. I'm not one to believe in starting off with something like that, though. I think you got to go through some experience before you should go take a certification class.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can't go in there blindsided. You're going to get fucking eaten alive.
Dude, they had all kinds of guys. Last time I saw the course when I was working there, and I mean, they had guys that were brand new. And I mean, they had it separated to where like those guys only did one day and the other guys actually took the test.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting to see that.
It's a mix. It's good though. It's good for the industry to see new people in there. Whether it's just training, you don't have to take the test at the end, but you can do like a regular training course, 3-day course, 4-day course, whatnot. And gain some crazy experience from it. Have you taken any just classes, or you just watched, observed?
No, I just have done so much work with other people.
Yeah.
That I got to pick up. That was the best thing about working at all those shops is I got to go from place to place and pick up the things that I needed from each spot. And I mean, it really worked out because, I mean, like today we're working on we started a Subaru WRX, and like I did half the car in, I don't know, a couple hours maybe. And like to be able to do things so efficiently nowadays, like it's really nice because, I mean, you just start to cruise through it, you know?
Right. It just becomes second nature to you.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like you said, when you start doing it every day, and then you've been doing it every day for a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, and you see these memories on your Facebook pop up or your Snapchat or whatever from 3 years ago, and you completed a full wrap, and you're like, damn, like I've been doing this for years now, not just, you know, not just a year or a couple months or, I just started doing this. Like it starts to get easy. That's why when those chrome jobs and the brush jobs come in, they're fun to do.
Right.
It's like a challenge again, you know?
Right.
And it makes it more interesting and just grabs you in a little bit.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, okay, here's a good test of if I know how to do this now.
Yeah.
Nothing like a little freshen, you know, what do they call it? A little
like a refresher. Course.
Right. A little refresher, you know, and just to see if you're still top of your game.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love it, dude. All right, so we're creeping real late. I know you got a couple things cracking, and I know it's going to be getting late for you too as well. Is there anything you want to talk about that maybe we didn't bring up? Any piece of advice for the newbies listening out there that you know might gain some, you know, tips?
Get your hands on it. Honestly, experience. In my opinion, experience trumps everything in this industry.
No.
If you have more experience, you just know what to do when you come across any situation. You know, whether it be lifting a panel or getting something out from underneath it, or you know, I mean, like when I first started, I used to trash panels with a piece of dust or a piece of dirt or something. I would pull the whole panel off, throw it in the trash. Nowadays, like, you know, I can lift it up and pull that piece out and put it back down without any other dust, and it works out. And when you do it every day, that's just the key, in my opinion.
Yeah. Repetitiveness.
And then once you've done it long enough, it just becomes like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Cause like, I remember when I first, like, when I took my first, like break, like vacation, like after like doing it for like a solid like year, like 2 years. And I was like, dude, like, am I going to remember how to do this when I get back?
Right.
And like, when I first started, if I wasn't doing, like, if I had a day in between doing it, it felt weird after, you know, but just every single day doing it, just putting your hands on vinyl. That would be my best advice.
I love it. I'm right there with you. It's just the everydayness of doing it. It's, you know, when you don't know how to do something, the first thing you want to do is do it every day because you want to get better. I mean, you can learn by watching, but until you physically get your hands on it and start doing it, it's a whole different game. Because you're
not going to know what to look like. You're not going to know what to take out of watching a video that someone's doing something if you've never touched it before.
Right. It's like, oh, cool. They make it look easy.
Like, yeah. And that's what every single person says to me.
Yeah.
How do you make it look so easy? Or how do they make it look so easy? Dude, I watched a video online and I thought I could do it. So I ordered this material and I tried to do my interior. Like one of my friends, like roommate, I was at his house and there's like a piece of vinyl on the table and I go, dude, what is this? I go, what are you doing? They go, you rapping without me? What's going on over here? And he goes, no, dude, my roommate, he's rapping his girl's interior trim. And he was like trying to call you, and I didn't know whether or not like we should call you, and I was like, dude, you should have called me. I would have told you what's up.
That's funny.
But yeah, he's like, yeah, dude, I tried it. It took me like 3 times, and like it looks so easy, and then once you start doing it, it's like a whole different story.
Yeah. Story of life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing's ever easy.
I tell people all the time, I go, when they ask you if it's easy or not, if they're just asking about it, I'm like, look, it's not rocket science, but it's also not easy.
Right.
Like, it's figure outable, but like, you're not just gonna hop in there and like, you can wrap a whole car.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, when you watch your electrician come in and put a new switch in, oh, that looks easy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see you go do that and not get zapped.
Exactly.
Or put the wrong, the ground on something else,
That's my favorite excuse with customers when they get like an accent or something and they're like, dude, like, it didn't take you that long. Like, it was so easy. I'm like, dude, like, it took me like 4 years to make it look that easy.
Right. To forget about all the experience and fuck ups I've had just to get here.
I think I saw a quote and it said something like, says, you're not paying me for the 10 minutes it took me to do the job. You're paying me for the 4 years of experience it took me to make it take 10 minutes,
Right.
To get that fast and efficient at your job or whatever you do.
Dude, that's a great quote. I love that quote. Yeah, people tend to forget that the time you've taken to get to where you are and the struggles you've had and the mess ups you've had to deal with. And, when people come in, I always hate when people watch. That's the worst thing you can have somebody do is watch you do it. Because when they come in, they're like, yeah, all right, you're going to do some accents. Let's just say whatever reason. Let's just say you're doing a chrome delete. Easy car. You could probably knock it out in an hour. And then you tell them, yeah, it's going to be $350.
Yeah,
and they're like,
say $400
in an hour? Be like, yo, come on. You have no idea. I could cut your rubber real fast.
Yeah.
That's a liability. I could cut your paint. That's a fucking liability. There's a lot of fucking variables going on here. You're paying for the quality and you're paying for my expertise to properly install this material on your car. Plain and simple. Yeah. Oh, but you're going to bang that on an hour. Yeah. I'm going to bang it up in an hour.
People like that, I'm like, dude, I hand them a piece of material and say, here you go.
I'll sell it to you.
Try it and tell me how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be back fucking crying because now you just spent, $75 of material and threw it in the trash.
Yep.
Now $350 became, $425. Well, it is what it is. I always tell people too, like the same exact thing. Like, dude, I'll sell you the material, bro. I have no problem. You think it's fucking easy? I'll give you.
Dude, I don't even have to get that far. I'll give them a scrap piece and say, here, try it.
Yeah.
And they'll go try it and they'll be back in 5 minutes and they'll go, all right, I get it. I get why you guys charge so much.
Doesn't it suck that you have to
prove yourself like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, when you go to, I don't know, let's just say you need a carpenter and they're going to build a wall. Well, okay, it's going to be X amount of dollars, and then you fucking gripe about it, and they're like, well, okay, here's the wood, here's a fucking nail gun, I'll see you in a couple hours. Where the fuck do you start? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what, like,
100%.
you know, it's just like, it's just a stupid part of
Question.
stupid part of the business that, you know, I still feel like people don't think of it as a real job, like a real career. Like,
it's like, dude, you drove your happy ass down here.
Right.
To get quoted, and now you're gonna second guess, like, oh, there's a whole entire, like, business in front of you? Like, what are you saying? Like, okay, this guy paid this much. Well, what makes you different? Like, cause you saw how I did it? Like,
right. It's not even, it has nothing to do with how fast you do it or anything. It's just the experience that you have, knowing your capabilities, knowing that you can do a good job. And yeah, if it's a 10-minute job and you're paying $100, then it's a 10-minute job and you're paying $100. It is what it is.
Yep.
Ah, dude, it drives me nuts, dude.
Like we've done taillight tints. That's the big taillight tints and like mirror cap replacements, like carbon fiber mirror cap replacements or carbon fiber spoilers. And they're like, dude, like, what do you mean? It took you 5 minutes. You're gonna charge me $75 to put the spoiler on? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, I had to tape it up. That tape costs money. Like, I had to line it up. I lined it up. It looks perfect. It's on there. Like, what do you mean? If you could have done it, you should have just done it.
Right. What was the problem?
If it wasn't that hard, then why are you here?
The price wasn't the problem because he knew how much he was getting charged in the beginning. It was just how fast he spent it. How fast he spent it.
You did it and how fast you made it.
Right. Dude, you know what I would do? I'd put it on. I'd go to the bathroom for like 5 minutes, come back, look at it.
I have had to pull a few of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've done like a spoiler wrap and like, they're like, how much? And I was like, I don't know, $100. And I like, took it off, like, put it on a bumper stand, cleaned it, like,
looked at it for a few minutes,
walked away, looked for, I need a tool.
Yeah. You put it in your pocket, never used it.
then you start wrapping it, and you wrap it in 5 minutes, throw the tape on and throw it back on in 10 minutes, and they're like, what the fuck?
You're like, oh, wow, that took a half an hour. Wow. Huh? Be like, yeah, you would have been out of here fucking 20 minutes ago. I just didn't want to have that awkward conversation, you know?
Yeah. Luckily she was distracted by the tent, so.
Yeah, dude, it's just, that's another great, what are you using for taillight tint?
What's it called? I think it's called like
Lux?
Yeah.
Dude,
that stuff's badass.
Dude, it's game changer.
Huge. Total game changer on taillights.
Huge
game changer. I would not use the Oracle stuff before.
Dude.
I used to send my taillights out to get clear coated.
Bro. I was doing that shit back in 2004. No, excuse me, 2006 or 7. I was doing that. When I figured out that, I'm like, oh, and I didn't know there was such thing as like transparent film for light boxes. That's what it originally was created for. That's supposed to be for light, backlit light boxes to be shiny, to let the shine, to let the brightness go through the color and illuminate it at night. And during the day it would be nice and bright when the light was off. And, by accident, and this is weird because I don't know when people started doing it, but I'd probably say 2006, maybe 2007, I came across it and I'm like, oh, let me try to wrap a taillight with it. It looks kind of cool. And, sucked, dude. Wet apply. It scratched real easy. So literally,
it doesn't stretch.
No, it doesn't stretch, dude. It doesn't, dude. It's calendared. You're fucking, you're assholing the whole thing all the way through. Yep. And, dude, I was making hand over fist on money. I was charging $150. Dude, I did a Cadillac.
Doing in 20 minutes.
Well, dude, some of them were, dude, I did a Cadillac and it was I an older CTS. And dude, you know how like, it's like a V, it's like almost like a V on the back, and then it rolls up on the, yeah, dude. And it goes up and like on top of the trunk. Bro, an hour.
That's miserable.
1 hour. A tail light.
Nowadays with the Lux, like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Maybe? Max. Fucking, you cut a nice big piece. You fucking tack it on the high spot. You heat the shit out of it. It fucking just, dude. It's
amazing.
It's amazing.
And it looks good.
It looks great, dude. Looks great with all the different finishes he has. Yeah. Dude, game changer for the industry. For a quick upsell, you can make
a quick job.
$100 in fucking 20 minutes.
Yep.
Easy.
And that's pretty good money if you ask me.
Yeah, that's good margins.
Every time I do a taillight tint like that, I turn to my partner and I go, bro, just do like 6 taillight tints a day.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Yeah. Everybody wants them.
And we'll have a 4-hour workday.
That's the game plan, right? Game plan. That's fucking goals, dude. Goals.
Yeah.
You'll get there, bro. You'll get
Eventually.
You'll get there. You're on the right path. You got some good bases. Get some training underneath your belt, man. That's going to be a game changer for you.
Yeah.
And, it's just going to go up from here, man.
Yeah. Hopefully. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, dude, it's been an absolute pleasure. I know we're creeping a little over 2 hours here, but, I can't even thank you enough for, the last minute, you came through. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. This was great. I really like the input, you've given out and shared with us, and the little bit of a journey you've gone through with such, small time, a year in, but you're having fun. You've been doing it for a little while, but a year in for your own business, which is great. I love hearing about new people in the industry and people that are, making a name for them. Yeah, come up, dude. You're not working out of your garage, anymore. You got a nice shop and you're working in and you're trying to grow and thinking about the future. And dude, it's going to be good.
It's a lot.
You're going to have a good ride, man. You're going to have a good ride.
I already am. So if it continues like this, I'm stoked.
Good, man. Good, man. Appreciate you and again taking the time out. Let everybody know where they could find you on social media or website. Get some more info.
Yeah, we got Instagram, Facebook at Revolution Auto Design, and then our website's revautosd.com. SD is in San Diego.
Nice. Perfect, dude. Well, appreciate you again. Thank you so much, and I wish you well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on, like I said.
Yeah, anytime, and I wish you well for the rest of 2019, bro.
Thanks, bro. You too.
What's up, folks? Hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Thank you to everyone that tuned in, and thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to IBOW Training, offering a variety of training options such as training at your shop, group training classes nationwide, and even private design print profile training through remote login. Learn more about IBOW at ibowtraining.com. Thank you also to We Print Wraps, the industry's #1 source for wholesale printed wraps, offering free nationwide shipping across the U.S. and Canada on all orders over $500. And don't forget, exclusive listeners of this podcast save 5% on your next order when you use promo code ALLWRAPPEDUP at checkout. See why industry pros love them and visit WePrintWraps.com. Till next time, folks, that's a wrap.